In a world with way too many podcasts comes Japtalion and This Guy, the podcast to end all podcasts. With some pieced together recording equipment, a couple loosely informed topics, and a coin, these three friends set out to forever change the next hour of your life.
Japtalion and This Guy is solely for entertainment purposes. Joseph, Eric, and Morgan are not professional researchers, investigators, or gynecologists. Not suitable for children.
All right, welcome to Japtalion and This Guy. This is Joseph.
Oh, I'm Morgan.
Oh, hey, I'm Eric.
Okay,
We're awake. We're awake.
We're all back.
Do you
Today
have
is
any-
today, so let's go.
Today's the day.
It is today. We've agreed to not put dates on our podcast because we kind of go out of order. So,
We go out of order on dates. So,
and your mom.
All right, so what's been going on with y'all? Eric, what's been going on with Eric?
I got out of bed this week.
woohoo!
All right.
Hell yeah.
Goals.
I've been eating more.
Oh, good.
Goals?
Goals? Not really. We've done some exciting things for the podcast this week.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We're on Spotify now.
We are on Spotify
We're on Podbean.
and Podbean.
We have our own website powered by Podbean. We're on YouTube. That's not new.
It's a thing, though.
And it's great.
It is.
And what are we working on getting on or waiting on?
Pandora. Waiting to hear back from Pandora and iHeartRadio. I don't know why they take so long. It's not like they're exclusive, you know. If anybody should be taking a while, it's Spotify.
Yeah. What are they trying to protect themselves from?
Who's listening to Pandora?
I've never listened to a podcast on Pandora before.
I don't know if I've ever listened to Pandora at all for any reason whatsoever.
Yeah. I have, but not for...
I'm not a Luddite. I'm not really technically
I thought it was
advanced.
going to be themed after that movie or something.
Pandora after... Fuck is that movie?
Yeah.
Why is my brain not working today?
It's because you're in close proximity to me.
Close proximity to people
You're
smoking weed.
you're taking all the intelligence.
No, I'm a void.
I'm glad the studio space doesn't smell like weed.
Yeah, not today.
Yeah.
Not on this day, my friend.
Not on this day that we won't mention. So I had a great New Year's this weekend, guys.
Yeah. Let's see what Morgan's been doing. What you been doing, Morgan?
Not shit. I had my kids all week. That was fucking great. I think that is the first full week I've had my children at my house since I've been divorced.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, it's great. It was great. They all had a great time. We did a trampoline park where there was almost nobody there, so it was fucking perfect, you know. We went to a trampoline park. We went and watched Wonder Woman, the 84. That was a great movie. One of the best movies DC's put out in recent times, in my opinion. And I thought you were going to keep that in check a little bit. For our,
Couldn't
Yeah.
hear
our
it.
58% women listeners.
Yeah. Joseph's making disgruntled faces over here. Women, ooh. I just want to stick something in them.
There they go.
Yeah, we did all that shit. We had a great New Year's Eve. They met my girlfriend's kids and had a blast, and yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Cool.
What'd you do,
Oh,
Joseph?
man, not much. I've been doing a lot of not much. I think it's because of the holiday thing and then the New Year's Eve thing. I did 2 New Year's Eves because I did one because I thought it was New Year's Eve. And then I did the other one because it was actually New Year's Eve.
Only you.
I spent the whole day thinking it was New Year's Eve. I even went to my son and I was like, hey, man, it's New Year's Eve. He didn't react. So I guess he was just as clueless as me. It seemed weirdly quiet that first New Year's Eve, too. Because the second one, it was like a fucking war zone in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
So something that's really funny to me is you were making like a pretty big deal about us being on a schedule and having And I know it's important, but it's very important that we put out our podcast on a schedule to Joseph. And then like a day later, he's like, is this Thursday? And it was Wednesday, of course. I said, no, it's Wednesday. Oh, I don't know what day of the week it is.
That's why schedules are important.
We can just tell you it's on the same day, and you'd be like, okay, I'm going to go shoot some fireworks.
I need structure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta have structure, or I'm like waking up at noon and I don't know what's going on. I'm just barely in reality as it is.
Hey, in case you guys don't know, what we do here is, what do? We shoot the shit for a little bit.
That's been happening.
Yeah. So we started out with shit shooting. That's what we've been doing here for the last 5 minutes, shooting the shit. And then, most of the time we'll flip a coin. Sometimes we'll just delegate an episode to a person, and we all research topics usually. And when we do flip a coin, it's to see who's doing their topic.
Right. Are we flipping a coin this time?
We're not flipping a coin today.
Okay.
Unless you guys just want to see
Can
a
we start
coin
flipping
flip.
a Bitcoin?
Oh, man. Can we?
Is it possible?
I've never seen a Bitcoin.
All right. Well, so I think we're doing Morgan's topic today.
Yeah.
Am I right? Am I early? I mean, anybody else got any bullshit they want to fucking throw on the table?
I got nothing. I'm totally spacing. I don't know what's up with me, but my brain's just blank.
You keep staring in my eyes. That has a tendency to hypnotize people.
Wow.
That is not a lie. Just ask any
right.
lady.
Any lady?
Any lady who stared into my eyes.
Oh, shit. All right. It's a bold statement.
That's why I wear sunglasses a lot. It's to protect you, not me.
Oh, okay. Oh, we talked about it in an episode. I think it was, the last one that we've released as of today, but we talked about Red Dead Redemption 2, right? Because you were talking about how it took up a lot of space on your Xbox.
Oh, that was on Death Penalty.
That was on the Death Penalty episode, yeah. And both you guys shamed me for not knowing things about it, even though I wanted to watch it.
I don't remember that.
I don't either.
Oh, well, it's because Joseph had given away the electric chair spoiler, and I was like, oh, spoiler alert. And they're like, dude, it's been out for like 5 years,
Yeah.
That was
wrong?
more shame about you saying spoiler alert,
Yeah.
less about shame.
Well, that's what I mean, not knowing things about it.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
okay. All right.
Now
I got
we're
the game.
shaming you.
Okay, my girlfriend's son bought me the game on his birthday.
Really?
Yeah, his birthday was 2 days after Christmas, and
Wow, you're a
Is
go-to
he a
guy.
teenager?
yeah, he's 13.
What a weird thing for a teenager to do.
He spent money on something
Someone
for
else.
me.
Wow.
He paid attention to someone else. That's big.
Yeah, he wants me to play it. He also called his mom the other night while she was with me and was like, hey, you got to tell Morgan that a girl gets topless in part of it or something. There's like a topless scene with a girl. She told me, and I was like, good looking out. That's awesome. Thanks.
I don't remember a topless scene in that, but topless doesn't really jump out in a special way, I guess. I mean, it does, but it doesn't. It's not unusual to see something topless.
Yeah, well, he's 13. Well, he was, he played it as a 12-year-old.
I was 13 one time.
Yeah,
Oh,
topless
man.
was the,
Yeah.
that was, here, let me make as much noise as possible over here.
We got some Doritos. You want some of those? Let's crumble them in our hands.
Jesus, what was I going to do? Eat that fucking M&M on camera? All right.
Let's crumble some Doritos in our hand and blow the dust in Joseph's eyes.
So I go to download this fucking game, and it's like took all fucking night long there was a special disc,
Oh yeah, it takes
the data disc.
It takes like 8 hours or something.
Yeah. Dude, I had it in there for like 2 or 3 hours, and I was like, I gotta fucking go to bed. I can't wait on this shit. It was like halfway done.
It's a massive game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm ready, though. I'm ready to start playing it now.
Dude, I'm still trying to find a fucking Xbox Series X, not for $1,000, but for the actual retail price.
Right. Yeah.
Good luck.
Good luck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on. Come on, people.
Come on, guys.
You don't need that shit.
Here
Guys.
comes walking. Wow.
I had the kids watch the fucking cowbell video. Like, they didn't, I kept saying it. Landon downloaded this drum app and there was a cowbell on the drum set. And he's like playing, he's like, what's this? Why would I do that? And I'm like, that's a cowbell. You need more cowbell, guys. Guess what? I got a fever. And he's looking at me like I'm crazy. And I'm like, sit down. Let me show you this. So now they're all doing it. They're all like trying to get the
I bet they do
the
better
impersonation. They do pretty good impersonations usually. So they're all like trying it out. Like, I got a fever.
Do y'all have like phrases that get you in character for people? Like for walking,
Probably.
it's wow. Like when I say that, it doesn't go far beyond wow. Like that's only wow.
Yeah,
Wowza.
I do. I have one for when I do Germans.
What is
Oh,
it?
what is it?
This is great.
Is that German?
Great. This is great. You guys are great. You are my best friends.
That's a horrible German impersonation.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
Wow. Ow! I caught my testicle in the zipper. No, that went off.
Yeah, I'll do the LO for a British person. Like, hello. How's that going, old chap?
My brother does for Italian. My brother, it makes me laugh. He goes, "Arrivederci."
Does he do his hand like this?
Yeah, it's all animated and stuff. So we'll be, doing voices, and we'll just get out. We'll lose the voice, and he'll just stop and go, "Arrivederci," wherever he was at in the sentence. It's great.
And whenever I do an Asian accent, I always like say my mom's name the way my grandma used to say it, like Rinda, Rinda. I don't know. That's her name's Linda. Arinda. That's as far as it goes, though. I don't do a very good Asian accent for a quarter Asian person.
You son of a bitch.
Grew up around a full Asian person. Anywho,
Japanese.
yes, Japanese.
Japanese
Was my grandmother.
I don't really know. Oh, I found out something this past week.
Oh, God.
All right.
My biological father, who's been long divorced from me, has cancer.
Oh shit! How'd you even find that out?
Why'd you sound so upbeat when you said that?
Wow, you almost made Morgan spit that out. Oh, perfect timing. This is actually very weird. My brother has a good friend named, well, I can't say his last name, Kevin.
Yeah.
Good friend named Kevin, who ended up moving right next door to, he's not my brother's dad. He's my biological dad, my sister's dad. He moved like right next door to the guy.
Damn.
So he no longer lives there, but like his ex-wife or girlfriend does. So I guess she found out from him because she still talks to my biological father, and yeah, he's got cancer. I mean, I divorced the guy when I was like 21 or something. He's basically had nothing to do with my life beyond the age of, I don't know how
Conception.
old I was. No, he had a little bit because my mom, like, tried to harass him and torture him because he didn't want to be a part of our lives. And I mean, I get that she needed help with money and stuff, but part of it was she just wanted to torture him because he wasn't doing what she wanted him to do. That's what I think anyways. Not saying all women act that way, but my mom is fucking nuts.
Sometimes the other person who is involved with the creation of the child makes it intolerable for one of them to be there.
Yeah, and I had one adult conversation with old Papa, and he's not, from that conversation, I was like, yeah, this isn't worth it. He basically blamed me, like, well, why haven't you come to see me?
Oh, nice.
I'm like, oh, okay, well,
Wow, what a dick.
deuces. I was like, I don't know, 20?
I've been a
Wow.
kid most of my life.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, he's got cancer. I mean, I don't wish him ill, but when I found out, I was like, okay, then.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like somebody from, I don't know, a movie I used to watch getting cancer or something. There's no connection there.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah. Shit.
So, hopefully it's painless.
There you go. That was a nice thing to say,
It was a nice thing to say.
but it won't be painless.
All right, we got a topic here.
I see Morgan's picking his phone up, so that must mean that we're moving
What
on.
is this? Hey, is there any way that we can edit the video? Because we're doing video recording today for the first time. Is there any way that we can edit the video like they used to do in shows when they had to do like 17 takes for a scene where like the phone's in this hand and then all of a sudden it'll be like in this hand?
I'll make sure to do that.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. All right, you guys ready for the topic today?
I'll see if I can make it a banana.
I'm excited about the topic today.
Yeah,
whatever it is.
I don't know. You know, I just looked this stuff up because I was curious about it. Because I never knew the story. So what I looked up was DB Cooper.
Oh yeah,
We're all familiar with our good friend DB.
Yeah.
he's a hero, sort of.
Dan Cooper. So the girlfriend threw it
that
out
was-
as a topic.
I never knew his name was.
Yeah.
What was his middle name?
Nobody knows what his real name was at all because it was all made up.
I saw that movie back in the 70s, I think, when they made a movie about it.
Damn, that's like when it happened, isn't it? Yeah, that's when it happened.
They made a movie about it when I was
71.
young, and they made I went and saw it in the theater. I don't remember shit about it, though.
Really?
Did he like jumped out of a plane or did some craziness?
Yeah, I
And was
remember.
never seen again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was watching the trailer for the Loki show. Have you guys seen the trailer for it yet?
No.
Oh my god, it's
Is that
badass.
Loki from Marvel Comics?
Yeah, Loki. You know,
Oh, I'm sorry, from Asgard.
from Asgard.
They guard as.
He's actually the rightful king of the Oppenheim. He grabbed the Tesseract in Endgame when they were going around getting stones. Spoiler alert. And he disappeared, right? So the show picks up obviously from where he grabbed the Tesseract and hauled ass. And like Owen Wilson's in it as kind of his guide or whatever, which I think is pretty cool. It shows like then a bunch of scenes of things that he's doing with the Tesseract traveling through time somehow with the Space Stone. And one of the scenes was him falling out of the airplane as DB Cooper with a fucking pile of money and shit.
man.
I love that, man.
That's awesome.
I fucking love
Nice.
that they did that. Yeah, because it could have just as well been fucking Loki as far as anyone's concerned.
So
you know?
what you said he was the rightful king of.
Rightful king of the Oppenheim.
That's a good line for a German accent. He is the rightful king of the Oppenheim. That's gonna be my catchphrase from now on. We are very tolerant.
So flying into the topic, Dan Cooper is the pseudonym of an unidentified man who hijacked a Boeing 727 aircraft in the United States airspace between Portland and Seattle on the afternoon of November 24th, 1971. So I had something here about the fucking Boeing airplane and, you know, how many seats it was and all that shit. I don't know if I'm going to read all that off. But the man purchased his airline ticket using the alias Dan Cooper. Let's see, he became known as the popular DB Cooper, how we all know him, right? $200,000 was his ransom. That's what he got, $200,000, which today would be the same as $1,260,000. Well, in 2019, which is, I looked all this stuff up on Wikipedia, so that was when that article was written, I guess. Let's see, despite an extensive manhunt and protracted FBI investigation, the perpetrator has never been located or identified. It remains the only unsolved case of air piracy in commercial aviation history. But how many cases of air piracy are there?
3.
You knew that? Oh,
No,
you're throwing
just a
that out
guess.
there. You son of a...
Man, if 9/11 had already happened, dude would have never got away with that.
Yeah, no shit.
No,
yeah.
he would not have gotten
He would
away
have
with
never
that.
even gotten an airline ticket.
Ever.
No, not without proper identification.
Right. It's amazing how much technology has changed in such what I consider a short amount of time, right? So like the last 100 years is actually a short amount of time. But even in the last 30 years, I was watching Unsolved Mysteries with the kids. Like the old one, we pulled it up and we were watching like the old Robert Stack episode and they were looking for these guys. And in the reenactment, these guys walk into a fucking insurance company. Two guys. One dude holds up everyone in the main lobby office area with the cubicles and shit. And the other guy goes to the back to the boss, shoots him, and they leave, right? That fucking shit would never happen today.
Yeah.
Nah.
There's cameras fucking everywhere. And that was my first thought was like, why didn't they just check the footage? But, a lot of places didn't have the CCTV.
Right.
CCTV. Yeah.
It's 1984. Everything was being monitored.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah. And even when they did have that, the granulated image
Oh
that
my
you would
God.
have, it's
I
like,
mean, look at how bad it is
that-
today.
Is that Bigfoot that just came in there?
Right.
Yeah.
Even today, our phones have better footage than the fucking surveillance cameras.
Which is weird.
Is it?
It's
It is
that
weird.
a surveillance
Yeah.
camera does not have
Why
like
is that-
4K.
Yeah, it should be like immaculate technology.
That's what makes me suspicious whenever they show like images of Mars or whatever. I'm like, we got 4K. Not only do we have 4K, NASA probably has had 4K longer than we have as just the public.
That's not a bad
There's
assumption.
some incredibly high def images of the moon landing, like fucking
Yeah.
high def. But most of what we get is like this blurry shit. We're not going into that. Sorry.
No, are you sure? We can go into that.
No, it's hard for me not to say things.
I'm having
right.
a tough time too. To the contrary.
Of what
Yeah.
Joseph's saying. Let's see. Many FBI agents, back to DB Cooper, are of the opinion that Cooper did not survive his high-risk jump. But
That's so they don't have to go research. So they don't have to do their fucking job.
yeah, but they did do their job. That'll come up later in my research. Was that they just his remains have never been recovered. Nothing to do with this guy has ever been recovered. However, some of the money was found by a kid because they, obviously tracked the serial numbers and shit that went with the DB Cooper money.
Yeah, I think I saw something. It might have been called Conspiracies on Netflix that had an episode, and someone was claiming that they thought DB Cooper was related to them. Can't remember if it was like their father or something, but it was all
Wow.
They didn't have like
Wow.
and then when someone else says that key phrase that we were talking about earlier, it's hard for me not to want to do it. Wow.
There, did you get it out?
Yeah. Yeah, I might check that out again to see what that was.
I had a question.
All right.
That kid that found the money, did he find like a lot of money?
I don't remember it being a lot of money. I have to get to that part of my research. But
Did the feds take it from him?
yeah,
Did they choke the life out of him first?
probably. Yeah.
I know someone personally.
Maybe
who-
it was like $10,000. So maybe it was a good bit of money. I honestly don't remember. I did this research a while back, but I think that it's definitely in here.
I know someone personally who found themselves in possession of thousands of dollars of drug money,
Shit.
and the feds were aware of it, and they were like, "Yeah, just you keep the money; it's no big deal."
That's not usually what they do.
I thought that was odd too. He didn't keep the money; he gave it to them. He was like, "I don't want this fucking money," because he's a bigger man than me. Story over.
That's weird.
I'm a pretty big man, but I'm thinking probably in a different sense.
Jesus. All right, let's look at this. The hijacking itself. So it was on Thanksgiving Eve, which was November 24th in 71. Not Thanksgiving Eve this year. Right now.
Date alert for anyone who's triggered by dates. We are now going to discuss dates.
We're not saying today is November Eve. 1974, what the fuck ever you said.
It's October flirty first of the Fluctentines. Morgan's just making dates up. That's how adverse he is to using dates.
So on Thanksgiving Eve in 1971, a middle-aged man carrying a black attaché suitcase or case.
Attaché.
Attaché
What does
is
that
the
mean?
case.
How
It's like a
European.
briefcase.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Approached the flight counter of Northwest Orient Airlines at Portland International Airport. He identified himself as Dan Cooper and used cash to purchase a one-way ticket on Flight 305, which was a 30-minute trip north to Seattle. This motherfucker wanted to fly from Portland to Seattle. That's fine. People do that. People fly from Columbia to Charlotte. That's a thing.
It's a thing.
It's fine.
Wow.
I know, right?
Judge
Spoiled
much.
bitches.
Fucking what the fuck?
Motherfucker still owes me $20.
Cooper boarded the aircraft of the Boeing 727 and took a seat in 18C at the rear of the passenger cabin. So it is I am going to tell you this stuff about the jet. It's a 133-foot long, typically carries 106 passengers in 2 classes, and that's all I'm going to tell you about it.
They got the seat dimensions. I guarantee you he had more foot space than we do now.
I promise you, he had more foot space than we do now. God almighty.
It's even a classist society when you're on a plane.
It is. You're right.
They
yeah.
got the curtain. They're like, don't look at what's going on up here.
If there's an open seat up there that you can see and you just go to walk up there, no. Who do you think you are?
I'm sorry. These people paid $75 more per ticket
To be away from you.
to not have to deal with your kind. All right. Let's see. Where am I? Okay. Cooper was a quiet man who appeared to be in his mid-40s, wearing a business suit with a black tie and a white shirt. He ordered a drink, which was bourbon and soda, while the flight was awaiting takeoff. Now, I have a picture here of the FBI's wanted picture of D.B. Cooper.
I'll check those goggles out.
Could be any guy.
Yeah.
Could be fucking anybody.
Mm-hmm.
You
It's
know?
like a man in black or something.
Yeah, that's what he looks like.
Yeah.
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 Let's see. The flight was about 1/3 full. Shortly after takeoff, Cooper handed a note to Florence Schaffner. She was the flight attendant that was nearest to him.
Got a picture of her?
I don't. But I will talk about her a few times. Handed a note. God, son of a bitch.
Handed a note to Florence Schaffner.
Yeah.
The attractive blonde stewardess.
Oh, yeah. Nearest to him in a jump seat attached to the shaft stair door or whatever. Schaffner, assuming the note contained a lonely businessman's phone number. That's probably exactly what she thought.
Yeah,
you know?
it's
Wow.
the 70s, man.
Yeah, she gets a fucking note from a businessman with a fucking briefcase, and she's probably like, so
What if he had those goggles on?
that wasn't helping him, was it? She dropped the note unopened into her purse, and that's when Cooper leaned over and said, "Miss, you better look at the note. I have a bomb." So the note was printed all neat in capital letters with a felt tip pen, and its exact wording is unknown because Cooper later reclaimed it. But Schaffner recalled that the note said that Cooper had a bomb in his briefcase, and after Schaffner read the note, Cooper told her to sit beside him. So she did request to see the bomb, and Cooper opened up his briefcase long enough for her to glimpse in and see 8 red cylinders, 4 on top, 4 on bottom, and attached with wire-coated red insulation and a large cylindrical battery. So there was a bomb, actually. I was kind of
something that looked like a bomb.
thinking it might be a bluff. And that was like smart of her to ask too, because she could have been like, I need to see the bomb. Like, can you show it to me? And he'd be like, fuck. Damn it. Call my bluff.
I'm going to need that note back.
Never mind. Oh, shit.
If you're headed back up, more bourbon?
Yeah, right. I just have what if he opened the briefcase and it was his dick sticking through the bottom of it? Oh, God.
About to explode, baby.
After closing the briefcase, he stated his demands: $200,000 in negotiable American currency, 4 parachutes, and a fuel truck standing by in Seattle to refuel the aircraft upon arrival. Schaffner conveyed Cooper's instructions to the pilots in the cockpit, and when she returned, Cooper was wearing dark sunglasses. That's the goggles that Lennon sunglasses, John Lennon glasses.
He asked for 4 parachutes?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yup.
For the hostages. Or to appear that you're going to take hostages or something.
Yeah.
I would think.
It was funny how, and it's later in my research, but it's funny how he asked for the parachutes because they wanted to give him military parachutes, and he said no, he wanted civilian parachutes. And I don't understand the reasoning behind that. You guys know anything about parachutes?
I'm going to guess, but I don't. The answer is no, I don't. But I'm going to guess that a civilian parachute is probably bigger and you fall slower. Because
That's
the
a good
military, you
fucking
don't want to be
guess, yeah.
hanging out up there for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. That's a
Yeah.
really good point.
And Band of Brothers, they come in pretty hot. They really, I mean, I don't know if that part's realistic, but they do.
Yeah, I imagine they want you dropping as fast as you can without dying or breaking something.
Yeah. Hey, you guys want to take a quick?
I think this is a good time for a break. Yeah.
Yeah, we're at a minute.
All right, let's do that. Let's stand up and stretch and whatnot.
Well, hello there. This is DB Fairweather. DB Fairweather, yes. Aviation enthusiast and part-time criminal. I'm here to discuss parachute needs for folks looking to snatch a quick nest egg by way of air piracy. Now, jumping from a 727 with 20 pounds of cash strapped to your torso is a risky venture, even under the best of conditions. You always want to be sure to have the right type and amount of parachutes. Other people, usually law enforcement, will try to convince you that military chutes are the bee's knees, but I'm here to pull the curtain on their ruse. What you want is a civilian chute. This option allows you to have more control over when and where you land, a necessary feature for your air piracy needs. And always remember, and I can't stress this enough, to ask for multiple chutes. It will leave your would-be captors scratching their heads and trying to figure out which one to sabotage. So remember, when you need quick cash at high altitudes, civilian parachutes are golden, and you can never ask for too many. Once again, this is DB Fairweather, wishing you a safe landing and a happy life on the run. DB Fairweather is definitely not DB Cooper. In no way, shape, or form is this DB Cooper. DB Cooper is not the person on this commercial. If you have any information leading to the capture of DB Cooper or the recovery of any of the money taken in the ransom of the 1971 air piracy, contact your local authorities or the FBI.
All right, we're
Okay.
back. And we had Morgan here talking about DB Cooper.
Yeah.
Dude was getting ready to jump out of a plane, and I think we were discussing parachutes.
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 Parachuties.
Continue, Morgan.
Every
with
time I
this
see the
fascinating
word
tale.
parachutes, I always think of paratroopers, like, but the ones from Mario Brothers, aren't they?
The little Oompa Loompa things that coming out
That
or
come out
whatever.
of the sky,
Not
yeah.
Oompa Loompas, but something like that.
Yeah, they'd fall from the sky and then land, and their parachute disappears, and they.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyways, all right. So DB Cooper, yeah. So he requested all that shit, the $200,000, the 4 parachutes, and refueling. So the pilot contacted Seattle Tacoma Airport air traffic control, and informed, which they informed local authorities, to let them know, hey, there's a hijacking. The 35 other passengers were given false information that their arrival in Seattle would be delayed because of minor mechanical difficulty. Yeah. The Northwest Orient president, Donald Nyrop, I said that with a weird Nyrop.
Right. Hard P.
Yeah. Authorized payment of the ransom. So that's cool. And for DB anyways. And ordered all the employees to cooperate fully with the hijackers' demands. Oh, that's right. He said he had a bomb. Yeah, he had a bomb.
It was a good thing they didn't all just forget about the bomb.
Why do we want to give him $200,000?
What are we doing here?
I'm just trying to imagine a guy strapping 4 parachutes to like his limbs. Check this fucking guy out.
He doesn't know how parachutes
Yeah,
work.
yeah. He rips the limbs right off his torso.
He's fucked. The aircraft circled for approximately 2 hours to allow Seattle police and the FBI sufficient time to assemble Cooper's parachutes and ransom money and to mobilize emergency personnel. Another flight attendant, Tina Mucklow, I think it's Mucklow, but I got a picture of her. Just kidding. So Tina Mucklow recalled that Cooper appeared familiar with the local terrain. And at one point he remarked, looks like Tacoma down there, as the aircraft flew above Tacoma. He also correctly mentioned that McCord, he's on a 30-minute flight to Tacoma, Seattle, airport. So I figure 20, 25 minutes in, you can easily just look out the window and say, looks like Tacoma out there.
Yeah.
He's a genius.
God, this guy really knows his terrain.
And those are clouds.
The meteorologist now.
What is this, Seattle? Looks like rain.
I will
Jesus.
take 4 of your finest parachutes.
But it does say that he also correctly mentioned that the McCord Air Force Base was only a 20-minute drive from the Seattle Tacoma Airport. Schaffner, the other flight attendant, described him as calm, polite, and well-spoken, not at all consistent with the stereotypes popularly associated with air piracy at the time. Was air piracy really that big of a problem back then?
It was
what
a
was
thing.
the stereotype? Oh, hold on. I do have the stereotype. Enraged, hardened criminals, or, that were like, take me to Cuba.
Yeah, they were trying to go to Cuba. That was like a thing that would occur every once in a while. Not like common, like speeding or something, but it was a thing back then. In
Really?
the 70s. Yeah.
Damn.
Because I don't think they had, like, the security. I remember security when I was a kid was like barely anything.
Seems kind of nuts.
That
Seems
sounds-
like you would always want to have been secure while flying through the air at hundreds of miles an hour.
Yeah, but they didn't think about it, I guess.
used to get on planes with knives all the time when I was a kid. Like when I was young,
Yeah, I bet so. Yeah.
and then contraband when I got a little bit older, and then they started locking stuff down.
In the 80s.
Yeah, during the war on drugs, they started locking it down. So
Yeah.
contraband was more
Contraband.
difficult. Yeah.
I'm going to go cosplay as Wolverine and see if I can get on a plane.
With the claws.
Yeah.
So Mucklow said that he wasn't nervous. He seemed rather nice. Mucklow is the one that
The Vietnamese.
she's the one that said he looked like he knew the terrain. He seemed rather nice. He was never cruel nor nasty. He was thoughtful and calm all the time. He ordered a second bourbon and soda, paid his drink tab because why not?
Yeah,
Would
well,
you
he's
just
about to
make
be
sure
in-
you did that on camera? What was
Yeah.
and attempted to give Mucklow the change. Oh, keep the change, you filthy animal. Offered to request meals for the flight crew during the stop in Seattle. So, hey, you guys want me to buy you something with this $200,000 I'm getting? Like, I'll
Yeah.
go for burgers. I don't know. FBI agents assembled the ransom money from several Seattle area banks. 10,000 unmarked $20 bills. Shit. With most of the serial numbers beginning with the letter L, indicating issuance from the Federal Reserve Bank in San Francisco, and most from the 1963A or 1969 series, which made a microfilm photograph, and they made a microfilm photograph of each of them, which I think is like, just hearing the word microfilm always takes me back to some kind of spy flick, you know? I love that. Cooper rejected the military issue parachutes offered by the McCord Air Force Base, instead demanding civilian parachutes with manually operated ripcords. That's why he wanted them, so he could decide when they opened. So what is the military ones? You got to click them on to the little thing, and it.
Yeah,
I
think
guess
they
they were
reach a
still
certain-
that.
I think they open when you jump out. Like they just rip open as you jump out, I think.
that
I've
sounds
never been
awful.
in the military.
Yeah, because it's low flying, like when you jump out in the military, you're at a lower altitude,
okay.
so it.
Yeah.
I now remember that from Band of Brothers.
That
Oh,
they
yeah.
clip on the thing, and that
Yeah.
way when they jump out, you go like 10
Yeah.
feet and it pops open.
And that way,
Each guy-
DB Cooper
So you clear the plane.
could jump out at a more specific location instead of jumping out, it opening, and him floating God knows how far off of his target.
So Seattle police obtained the parachutes from a local skydiving school. I wonder if they had to buy them from the school, because parachutes can't be cheap, you know? Somebody had to pack them.
They're like, this could save people's lives. There's a bomb. They're like, no, you got to pay for this shit.
Shit, $75.
You're the federal government. You don't have the money.
You just assembled 200,000 for him.
Yeah, where's my $100,000?
Maybe I have demands.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Northwest Orient Seattle's operation manager, Al Lee, approached the aircraft in street clothes to avoid the possibility that Cooper might mistake his airline uniform for that of a police officer. He delivered the cash-filled knapsack.
Just
Hold on a
juggling
second.
bottle caps
Yeah,
over
what the
here.
fuck is going on? Didn't you already drop that bottle cap on the floor? Do you just have a pocket full of bottle caps you're dropping? Fucking, what the fuck's going on over there?
Maybe I do. Don't judge me. I walk around with a pocket of bottle caps. Sometimes I throw them on the floor. What's the big deal?
Pocket full of bottle caps. That's great.
Jesus.
I do what I want.
All right. Calm down. Let's see. He delivered the cash-filled knapsack and parachutes to Mucklow via the. Is this AFT stairs? AFT stairs? It's got to be the. Fuck. I should have looked into that before.
Oh, what AFT stands for?
Yeah.
For those stairs that roll up to the.
Is that what it is, or is it the stairs in the back thing that drops open? Oh. Because that's what he jumped out of.
Yeah. Oh. I didn't know
And he
that.
wanted to leave that open when they took off, but they would not take off with that open. I guess there's something with pressurization and all that shit. So once they got up to a safe altitude, he dropped it back open.
But that was loud.
Yeah, I can't imagine, dude, being up that high where these Boeings get to. You know, like they're above clouds and shit. You know what I mean? And just hop on out.
Just jump out like it's nothing. Yeah. He's got to really want it.
You gotta really fucking want it. How bad do you want it? Gotta really want it.
Yeah, that maybe that's less scary than cold calling people for money.
That's fucking scary.
Yeah,
It's scary.
Yeah.
I've mentioned this before, but I don't like submerging my whole body in cold pool water at one time.
Wait,
So I'm not gonna.
number one, did you mention that before?
I have mentioned that before
During a show?
and we were talking about jumping out of planes, I believe. Yes.
Son of a bitch.
He's been moonlighting at another podcast.
I think so, because I don't recall
You don't
that.
remember that?
Uh-uh.
There was an old dude in the hot tub at Disney World when we went.
Oh, God, this was a while back.
He was all grizzly and he's like, "Oh, I gotta get out. Not supposed to be in. Got high blood pressure." And it just made me think of a World War II dude for some reason. I'm like, my God, they used to jump out of planes. This guy's testing his heart with the hot tub, and I won't even go get in that pool in one stroke. Like, I have to, it
You gotta
gets,
ease in.
it gets to the balls, and it's like, woo! The love handles is the next mark, and then the nipples, and after that, I'm like, okay. Oh, thank God.
Well, we're in now.
So, yeah, I can't imagine jumping out of a plane.
All right, so
I had to paint a roadmap for that one, guys.
thank you.
Yeah.
But it's accurate. The roadmap's accurate. You
Yeah.
know, for getting into a cold swimming pool.
I dive in as much as I hate water.
That's what my kids do.
I'm like, fuck it. This is taking too long. Let's
can't
just get it over with.
You
I want
do
all
hate
the pain
water,
at once.
and I can't even imagine you in a swimming pool at all.
Yeah, I swim like a fish, man.
It sounds like bullshit. Like, yeah, I swim like a fish, man.
I used to compete when I was a kid.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Okay, all right.
Wow.
that's why I look so good now.
Okay.
I just thought it was a weird brag.
Yeah, a weird flex.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Here's another weird thing. Since we're off topic now,
Yeah, what is it?
have you seen on Instagram? There's these things where girlfriends accuse their boyfriends of not being able to swim, or say you swim bad, or you can't swim.
I have not seen that.
The dudes like freak out for some reason.
What?
I mean, have you ever had anyone accuse you of not being able to swim or something? I've never thought about it before, but I'm kind of like, if somebody was like, dude, you can't swim for shit, I would probably be defensive about it. I don't know why. I think it's because
I probably would too, but
it's
fuck,
a physical
why?
it's a physical thing, and we're men and we get all, about being physical.
Don't tell me I can't fucking swim, bitch.
I'll fucking hold your face under the water for an hour and a half while I'm swimming.
Watch this doggy paddle, motherfucker.
I'm going to swim in your blood.
We'll look it up. It shows up on Instagram.
No shit.
You know those Instagram things where it's like the purse thing? Have you seen that one? Okay, chick and dude sitting in a car. She reaches in the back seat to get her
Oh,
purse,
yes, and then she
fucking
hits him in the fucking
mashes
head.
him in the head with
God
it.
almighty.
And the dudes 9 times out of 10 are always like, "Oh, stop." Which,
But
I'd
there's
be
that
chucking
one
that
dude.
Fucking purse
There's
out the
that
window.
one dude.
Every once in a while, some dude grabs
bitch.
that fucking thing and he's like, "Fuck this shit," you know.
Some of them, what bothers me is some of the women look vindictive about it. Like they're getting pleasure out of doing
Oh
this.
yeah, and they're swinging it.
The
Yeah.
women are getting pleasure out of it.
Yeah.
Believe that. Getting back to Cooper and his hijacking, once the delivery was completed, Cooper ordered all passengers, Schaffner, and senior flight attendant Alice Hancock to leave the plane. Sorry, I have to stop on that name.
Yeah.
Anytime I ever see that name, I have to stop on it because Hancock. That's why.
Unfortunate name.
I think there was a Family Guy bit where they changed it because then Hancock signed the.
John Hancock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I thought it was foot penis. It's Hancock. Mind your business.
Let's see. During the refueling, Cooper outlined his flight plan to the cockpit crew.
Cockpit.
A southeast course toward Mexico City at a minimum airspeed possible without stalling the aircraft, approximately 100 knots, and at maximum 10,000 feet altitude. That's like when you can safely, like when I get on an airplane, once they reach 10,000 feet is when they say, now you can unbuckle, you can do this and that. turn on your devices or whatever the fuck. So that's odd.
Oh yeah, that lie about turn on your devices.
Yeah, what is that all about? I leave my devices on an airplane because nothing happens.
Yeah, well,
Nothing
they would
happens.
not let you on the plane with a cell phone if your cell phone could bring the fucking plane down.
That's true.
That's a very good point. Yeah. They won't even let you carry like over 2 ounces of fluid with you.
Yeah,
Right. It's
in one container. Yeah.
I think it's
If-
so
yeah.
that you're not distracted when you're listening to the extremely important safety instructions on how to use a seatbelt.
How about when all that's done with?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
It's bullshit.
It's bullshit.
I'll be
Don't
scrolling porn whenever I want.
y'all look at your phones on the plane, would you? Just
Yeah.
during takeoff, please. I'm like taking pictures out the fucking window and making videos and shit to send my kids and stuff. Like, the fuck are they talking about?
Hey guys, this is Morgan in the Sky. You can click the like and subscribe.
Further specified that the landing gear remained deployed in the takeoff/landing position. The wing flaps be lowered to 15 degrees. The cabin remain unpressurized. And so that's why I said that he had this, I don't remember if I said it.
Knowledge.
Did I say that during the break when we were talking? I don't know. But I said that it
What
seems
day
like
is
he
this? I
has,
don't even know that.
it's definitely not January anything with a number. It's fucking. Beat that dead horse. Yeah, he has this like all this knowledge about aviation, it seems like. I mean, he seems to know the terrain well, according to Mucklow, and he seems to know his way around the airplane, right?
Right.
Right.
You know, so I mean, dude's got some knowledge about the shit. So the co-pilot, William Ratasky, I'm fucking your name up, dude.
Sorry, William.
You might be dead by now, though, because you were born in 1939. That's not that old. That's old.
My grandma was born in 39.
Your grandma's alive.
She is.
My old man's still alive.
Yeah, my grandpa was born in 35, and he's still alive. All right. But there's still the possibility.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Especially with a name like
Ratazak.
Ruck and Fuss.
Radazak. I'm going with Radazak. Let's see.
Sounds made up.
Did you say muck and fuss?
Yeah.
Let's see. So Radazak formerly served for the United States Air Force during the Korean War and the Vietnam War. He informed Cooper that the aircraft's range was limited to approximately 1,000 miles under the specific flight configuration. So with the refueling, they wouldn't make it to Mexico City, which meant they had to refuel a second time before entering Mexico. Cooper and the crew discussed options and agreed on Reno, Nevada as the refueling stop. So with the plane's rear exit door open, which is that flap we were talking about, he wanted to keep open, and its staircase extended, so there are stairs there. Cooper directed the pilot to take off. Northwest Home Office objected on grounds that it was unsafe to take off with the AFT staircase deployed. Cooper countered that it was indeed safe, but he would not argue the point. Let me just smack my mic.
Joseph? Bottle caps? Yeah, I was about to reach for the Doritos.
Yeah, said he would not argue the point. He would lower it once they were airborne. So, at approximately 7:40 p.m., the Boeing 727 took off with only 5 people on board. Cooper, pilot Scott, flight attendant Mucklow, and co-pilot Radazak.
That was like 4 people, wasn't it?
And flight engineer Harold E. Anderson.
Sorry.
Oh, Harold E.
Harold E. Anderson.
That's a new character in this story, isn't
Yep,
it?
but I'm sure they needed the engineer. Yes, he is a new character to the story.
If this shit was happening today, that dude would have actually been like an assassin or something from, whatever federal enforcement
The
agency.
fuck are you talking about?
The mechanic.
The engineer guy
Yeah,
you're
the
talking about. He
engineer,
wouldn't have been an
yeah.
actual engineer. He would have been somebody who walked on that plane with like a
Oh,
fucking
like
silencer.
the U.S. Marshals
Yeah.
do now?
Yeah.
Yeah, and just fucking bust a cap in the dude's ass.
But someone named Harold E. Anderson had a monocle.
He's a banker or something.
The name's Harold E. Anderson.
I think with that voice, you could do that to almost any name, any Caucasian name.
Why he always has to bring race into it, Morgan.
That's what he
We've
does.
coached him.
Well, because if you do that voice with like a name like Itoshi Sato or something, it's not going to sound the
The
same.
name's Atoshi Sato. You're right.
Do you know somebody with that name?
Yes,
Okay.
he's an old friend.
Okay, that's cool. Shout out to Atoshi.
Hey, what's up, Gene?
What's up, Saki?
Did you call him Gene?
We always called him Gene. Yeah.
Oh, you've told me about this guy before. In Connecticut?
Is that you got pictures of the angry children on your fridge?
They're not angry.
They look angry in the picture.
That's his kids?
Yeah, those are his kids.
They're
Cool.
like yelling.
What up, Gene?
Your kids are bloodthirsty. I want nothing to do with you.
They got a lot of energy.
All right. So there were two F-106 fighter aircraft. Now, I've never heard of those fighter aircrafts.
I got one.
This guy. They were scrambled from the McCord Air Force Base and followed behind the airliner, one above and one below, out of Cooper's view. A Lockheed T-33 trainer diverted from an unrelated Air National Guard mission also shadowed the 727 before running low on fuel and turning back to Oregon/California state line.
Damn, I didn't know all this. That's nuts.
Isn't it?
Wow. Yeah.
I'm like, how the fuck did they miss this guy?
Yeah.
Fucking human being jumps out of an airplane at 10,000 feet
Was
with
it
military eyes on it. Yes, it was nighttime. Yeah, it was night.
Instead of a smoke screen, he used parachutes.
And parachuted to the ground.
He just releases random parachutes. They'll never catch me. He's got the voice too, Joseph. The name's D.B. Cooper.
You'll never get me, see?
Now hand me my monocle.
So it says overall there were 5 planes trailing the hijacked plane.
Oh, wow.
5 planes trailing this fucking aircraft, and nobody saw his ass jump out. None of the pilots saw him jump or could pinpoint a location where he could have landed. What the fuck were they doing behind him?
They were on their cell
just-
phones.
Yeah. They just
That's
came
why.
out. Cell phones
Yeah.
just came out to the military pilots.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck were they doing? Seriously.
Those really big ones that had like a bag and a crank with them.
My brother stole one of those out of a car when he was in middle school. Good times. Jesus. So after takeoff, Cooper told Mucklow to join the rest of the crew in the cockpit and remain there until the door closed, or remain there with the door closed. As she complied, she observed Cooper tying something around his waist, and at approximately 8 p.m., a warning light flashed in the cockpit, indicating that the AFT air stair apparatus had been activated. The crew's offer of assistance via the aircraft intercom system was curtly refused. I guess they came across the intercom and were like, "Hey, do you need some help back there? We'd love to give you a hand." Yeah, I guess he said, "Nah, fuck y'all." And so the crew noticed a subjective change in air pressure, indicating that the AFT door was open. At approximately 10:15 p.m., the aircraft's AFT air stair was still deployed when Scott and Radizak landed the 727 at the Reno airport. So he made it from Seattle to Reno. Well, the airplane made it from Seattle to Reno, so somewhere between those two airports is where he jumped out. because that motherfucker was gone. FBI agents, state troopers, sheriff's deputies, and the Reno police surrounded the jet as it had not yet been determined with certainty that Cooper was no longer aboard, but an armed search quickly confirmed his absence. So
somewhere between Seattle
and Reno. Yeah.
He jumped out.
So a precise search area was difficult to define, as even small differences in estimates of the aircraft's speed or the environmental conditions along the flight path, which varied by location and altitude, but changed Cooper's projection landing point considerably. An important variable was the length of time he remained in free fall before pulling his ripcord, which was obviously his intentions on getting the civilian parachute.
Yeah.
If he succeeded in opening a parachute at all, it says.
Oh yeah.
Because that for some fucking reason the FBI has speculated that he just died. He didn't survive.
They don't want a failure.
They don't want to admit
they don't want a loss.
They fucked up.
I think that's it. Yeah.
That's why I asked for 4 parachutes. Because if they think there might be hostages, they don't know which one to sabotage.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if you just send in 1 parachute, he's going to be using it.
Yeah.
So fill that thing full of holes.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Cut the strings.
He opens
Full
it,
of
and there's like a
holes.
big cartoon anvil in it.
Fucking Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah. He stops in midair and goes, blink, blink, blink.
So neither of the Air Force fighter pilots saw anything exit the airliner, either visually or on radar. These motherfuckers are looking at a radar. What is going on?
Wow.
Somebody help me out here.
Well, radar can't catch one man.
Can't it?
I don't know.
Because the radar operates off sound too, doesn't it?
I thought it was a radio
like a
signal or something.
Radio signal? Okay.
Yeah, but
Sonar is off sound.
they look for certain signatures, I think, which is why that not B-52, the
Yeah, the one that you can't, the one that's undetectable.
right, it's because it doesn't have that fuselage type. The radio waves, I guess, don't bounce off of it right.
Oh, because of the shape of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe I don't know. That's speculation, but a person flying through air,
I think it's just too small. Moving it.
maybe. Has radar gotten better since then? I don't know. I know
don't
nothing
know either.
about radar.
Yeah.
They
I
probably
don't know
don't even
enough.
use radar anymore in this country. They probably got something better now.
We still use radar.
I'm pretty sure that's still radar. You think there's something better?
I don't know.
Radar
Everything else
works?
is better. Phones are better.
Yeah.
Well, we might have stuff better, but they probably. I would think they still use radar.
Radar?
Isn't radar what like Doppler and all that stuff is?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like when you pull up your phone, you want to see the rain clouds in green. You're like, why isn't it green? It's not falling green, mommy. Reality's a lie.
So they didn't see this dude falling out of a plane.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't see him. And that, to me, like visual, radar, all of that. Apparently, if they mentioned it in the Wikipedia search, then there must be some kind of correlation here. Maybe they should be able to see even a speck of just a guy.
Yeah.
But at night, with extremely limited visibility and cloud cover obscuring any ground lighting below, an airborne, black-clad human figure could easily have gone undetected, it says. The T-33 pilots never made visual contact with the 727. The fuck was the point in them even getting in the air if they didn't even make visual contact with the plane at all? Maybe to look for a parachute opening. Maybe they were dropped back so they could see if a parachute opened.
Yeah, because they don't care about the plane. They care about the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems like a poor chance, though. But I guess they were trying to stay out of view of him. But
You would think it would be pretty tough with separate planes in the air not being in view of each other, catching a guy in the middle of the night. You know, well, I wonder if he did that like Winter Soldier Captain America thing. You know, at the beginning when he jumps out of the plane, and he didn't use the chute because he's Captain America, but
Yeah.
instead of going head first into the water, he like put his body at a 45-degree angle and like stuck his arms straight down to his legs.
Yeah.
Superhero landing. Dead.
Ow. What the fuck? God, dog. So they tried to recreate the incident by pushing a 200-pound sled out of the back gate
Wow.
door. Yeah.
They had their top scientists on this. Okay, now we're gonna push this sack of potatoes. Drew a little face on it. Little fake bomb.
Draw the glasses.
Yeah, he's got a little note in his hand.
Why would they use a sled, not just have a person reenact it? Do they not have access to humans or something?
Why is it a 200-pound sled?
Yeah, it's
It
not a
doesn't say
human.
there's weights on it. It says a 200-pound sled.
I really like to think they made that sled look as person-like as possible. It's fake hair and all.
One of those like American flyers or something.
A radio flyer, yeah.
Or, yeah, radio flyer. Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
This one's made of lead.
Right. Why'd it weigh so much?
He didn't look 200 pounds. Dude looked like a skinny.
But I don't know how tall he was.
Well, he also had a
'cause,
sack of money with him. That's
yeah, he had the money
$200,000
and a parachute.
Yeah.
in
Parachutes
$20
weigh
bills.
something.
What's
Yeah.
that weigh? How many bills is that? 200,000 times or divided by 20? Is that how you do it?
Yeah.
They said how many bills it was. I got to scroll up. I don't want to scroll up.
Oh no, don't do that. That was a disaster.
I'm on like page 14 right now. So
Okay,
Wow.
okay, man, chill.
Calm.
Okay.
Calm.
Okay, thanks guys.
Continue, Morgan.
But they did that to see if the tail of the plane would make a difference or something they can go back and look at in their flight log. So the FBI also coordinated an aerial search using a fixed-wing aircraft and helicopters from the Oregon National Guard Air Force or Oregon Army National Guard along the entire flight path from Seattle to Reno. Although numerous broken treetops and several pieces of plastic and other objects resembling parachute canopies were sighted and investigated, nothing relevant to the hijacking was found. The official physical description of Cooper has remained unchanged and is considered reliable. So that picture I showed you guys is like, they're like, this is it. That's the guy.
Any white guy.
That's the guy. Yeah. The flight attendant.
Damn you, Morgan.
Say it.
Wow.
Thanks. Flight attendants Schaffner and Mucklow, who spent most of the time with Cooper, were interviewed on the same night in separate cities and gave nearly identical descriptions. Around 5'10". Okay, now we have it. 5'10", around 180 pounds, mid-40s, with close set piercing brown eyes and swarthy skin. What's swarthy skin?
Means he was good looking.
That's what it means, isn't it?
That's what it means.
Son of a bitch.
I want a dictionary definition of swarthy.
Oh, it's.
Whoa.
I believe it's like an olive skin. I'm suspicious that might not
Greek?
be a acceptable term anymore.
Is it racist?
Swarthy.
Is it racist?
That was my first inclination. Is that sounds racist? But Joseph jumped in with, "He's a good-looking guy."
That's why.
Everybody's got that voice today.
Yeah.
Swarthy.
Swarthy.
It was swarthy. You couldn't trust him.
Oh God.
Three major pieces of evidence were left on the plane when DB Cooper jumped.
One.
his black clip-on tie.
Clip-on. Huh.
Clip-on tie, yep, with a mother-of-pearl tie clip. And that 8 filter-tipped Riley cigarette butts. I guess they count as 8 cigarette butts count as one piece of evidence because you could smoke on planes back then.
Yeah, that's DNA evidence. That's DNA evidence right there.
Today, but so they enter it into the DNA database, and then what? Then they just have DB Cooper's DNA.
They match it against DNA samples that they have, and they're getting more of every day because people are willingly sending their DNA information to
That's a good fucking point.
to suspicious companies.
Yeah. That is a really good point.
When you said 8 filtered cigarette tip, whatever, I just immediately went to one cigarette with 8 filters attached to the end of it for some reason.
Smoking it like a harmonica.
Or like, what was the guy's name from Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas? The reporter,
yeah.
the gonzo reporter. We can't stop here. This is bat country.
Hunter S. Thompson.
Yeah.
Hunter S. Thompson.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it. Thanks. Let's see. The information about the tie and tie clip were not announced to the public for almost 20 years. When in 1991, it was revealed in the book D.B. Cooper, The Real McCoy. At some point after the hijacking, the cigarette butts were lost. So in 1991, in the book, they revealed that those were 2 pieces of evidence that were left, but they never told the public about it. I thought
Did they say they lost the cigarette butts?
Shit, man.
They're losing evidence now?
That's what they said. Yeah, that they lost
So
the
much for the
cigarette
DNA
butts.
theory.
Like one of the biggest FBI air piracy cases in history. You guys see those cigarette butts anywhere?
It's not important.
Some stewardess was like, I fucking hate smokers. Just like
Probably,
sweeped it
yeah.
up.
Every fucking day I'm doing this.
Yeah. Who puts 8 puts 8 filters on one cigarette?
Son of a bitch, he smoked it for 2 hours. Let's see.
His lungs collapsed trying to get a drag. It's a rush.
Only 4 pieces of evidence linked to D.B. Cooper turned up between 1978 and 2017. Here we go. You guys ready?
Let's do it.
In November, the month, not the day, in November of 1978, a placard printed with instructions for lowering the AFT stairs of a 727 was found by a deer hunter near a logging road about 13 miles east of Castle Rock, Washington, well north of Lake Merwin, with Flight 305's basic flight path. So they found parts of his fucking plan.
Huh.
In Washington,
In Washington, yeah.
which is not between.
Well, Seattle's in Washington, so
But is that between the two?
what?
Between
The Castle Rock,
Points?
Washington?
Is that between the 2 points of where he left and where he jumped out?
I don't know.
That
Yeah,
was
that's a good
probably
point.
before he got on the flight. Then he was
Maybe.
making those plans.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
And threw him out the window on his way to the airport or something. No,
Oh,
he
littering.
flew from Portland, which is in Oregon. He flew from Portland to Washington first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry,
That's all right. We're not familiar with the Washington terrain. Not
pretty
nearly
big
as
state.
familiar as DB Cooper
I'm no
was.
DB Cooper. You know?
Yeah, thank you. Yes. A portion of Brian Ingram's 1980 discovery on Sunday, February the 11th, 1980.
Who's Ingram?
This is the kid. So 8-year-old Brian Ingram was vacationing with his family on the Columbia River at a beachfront known as Tina Bar, about 9 miles downstream from Vancouver, Washington, and 20 miles southeast of Ariel. Again, not familiar with Washington terrain, so that all those locations and landmarks mean nothing to me. He uncovered three packets of ransom cash as he raked a Sandy Beach riverbank and built a campfire. The bills were disintegrated, but still bundled in rubber bands. Disintegrated, but still bundled in rubber bands.
So maybe they've been sitting there for a while.
Oh, okay, yeah. $120 bills each. And so two of the packets had $120 bills each. And then the third packet of 90, all arranged in the same order, were given to Cooper. So this kid said he found 3 of them.
What's the math on that?
Yeah, what is the math on that?
$320 bills?
Yeah, my math is
6,000, I think.
Damn, so
Maybe? Or no?
6,000.
6,000?
I'm going with 6,000.
Good math. Good mathing. See, Joseph, you're good at math. You said something earlier. You're good at math. You could have mathed.
That sounded like one of those compliments that's actually an insult.
Like a backhanded compliment.
See, you can put your pants on.
I knew you could math it if you tried.
You're a mather.
So yeah, he found the third packet of 90, all arranged in the same order, were given to Cooper. The same order as when given to Cooper. Sorry, in 1986, after I'm sure the FBI took all that money from the kid, which it was disintegrated. It said, but it was in the beach. So he had to have been with the flight plan and the instructions on the AFT stairs and the money all found in Washington. Like he jumped in Washington, I'm thinking. And it seemed like Washington might have been home to him as well as he knew it, too,
Yeah.
You know? They had their best men on this case. In 1986, after protracted negotiations, the recovered bills were divided equally between Ingram and the North Orients and Sewers. So they did give the kids some of the money.
Oh,
Good.
wow.
Shit.
My faith in the federal government has been renewed.
6 years later.
They probably laced it with LSD or something.
Do an experiment on them.
Kid dropped dead. Oh God!
They start tracking the kid everywhere he went because they assumed he knew DB Cooper.
He died after you gave him the money. It's swamp gas.
So that. Well, it says the FBI retained 14 examples as evidence. So they kept 14 bills, I guess, as evidence, and then split the rest of it between Ingram and the owner of the Northwest Orient airline, whatever. So the Ingram kid sold his bills at an auction in 2008 for $37,000.
Wow.
Nice. Good move, kid.
Hell yeah, he held on to that shit. What the fuck? That's cool as hell, man.
I bet you he's one of those sons of bitches that bought an Xbox Series X and is charging $1,000 for it right now. Oh, fuck.
I got $3,000. I'm selling it for $37,000. What the fuck? Okay, it says to date, none of the 9,710 remaining bills have turned up anywhere in the world.
The world.
Wow. Yeah, so at some point they started tracking the money, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Like doing,
Doing a
because we
better
track
job
the
of-
shit out of money now.
Yeah, but money goes out of circulation. Mm-hmm. You know, the bills go out of circulation. So eventually they do get it back, you know?
Yeah.
And they incinerate it or what the fuck ever,
Yeah.
Or what the
And-
fuck ever.
They probably document all those fucking numbers, though, before they incinerate it now. I don't know if they did back then.
They probably did then too. Especially if they took the time to make note of all the serial numbers.
Yeah.
Little
Oh, yeah.
Microfilms.
Mm-hmm.
That when you said that reminded me of high school or middle school or something. Where
In
they still had
photography
those
class?
little microfiche things in the library when you went to
Yeah.
go look something up.
Oh my
Teeny
God.
tiny, and you put it under that big microscope.
Yeah. Shit, man. I forgot all about that stuff. So it says their serial numbers remain available online for public search. The Columbia River ransom money, which was the kids' money, right? And the air stair instruction placard remain the only confirmed physical evidence from the hijacking ever found outside the aircraft. And in 2017, a group of volunteer investigators uncovered what they believe to be potential evidence, what appears to be a decades-old parachute strap in the Pacific Northwest. And this was followed later in 2017 with a piece of foam suspected to be part of Cooper's backpack, but nothing else ever found. And that is the end of my research.
Well, there you go.
DB Cooper remains at large today. If you see him, please contact local authorities. If you see him. Yeah, but that was that was all like news to me. You guys probably knew more about DB Cooper than I did going into this.
He'd be in his 90s by now.
He would, because if he was in his mid 40s back in 71, yeah.
There's an episode. I'm pretty sure the show's just called Conspiracies on Netflix, and it's got like 14 episodes of different things. It's a little dated, I think, but there's an episode on DB Cooper.
Oh shit! Really?
I think I'm gonna rewatch. Yeah.
Cool.
Because I kind of knew, but I didn't remember that no one knew his name. I mean, now that makes sense, but I don't remember that. I just remember something about jumping out of an airplane, and I knew they never figured it out.
Yeah.
It was on. Did I say mysteries or conspiracies?
Conspiracies.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
conspiracies.
You said conspiracies.
Joseph got an erection when you said that. Yeah, so the first time I heard of DB Cooper was I feel like there
Doobie Cooper?
That's what it sounded. Doobie Cooper. Well, shit, I found him. He's out in the parking lot.
It was a movie, and they were searching for DB Cooper's money. They were on a raft, like a river. It was a river trip. Who the fuck was in it? That kid that played Shaggy from Scooby-Doo maybe was in it. I can't remember who all was in. Oh, Seth Green. Isn't that the little guy?
Oh, without a paddle?
Without a paddle. Yeah, they
Yeah.
were looking for DB Cooper's money. Yeah.
I didn't remember that about it, but
Yeah. That was the point of it, I think.
I just remember.
Well, damn, I hope he got away with
battle.
it. I hope he found a way to enjoy the money.
Yeah.
And like lived large and made his life and the lives of people around him better.
You guys now Joseph probably has because he grew up in the 70s, but Eric, I don't know if you have. I don't know if I've ever seen money that was printed back then, because how much has it changed from the 70s to the 80s to the 90s and now, you know what I mean?
A whole lot, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they had watermarks on it back then. I
Right.
mean, like the weird watermarks that they have now where you have to
Oh
hold it
no,
up,
I remember
you
when
know?
they started doing those.
Remember when they used to have the strips that went in them?
And they
Those
still
magnetic
do.
strips, yeah.
The oh fuck, I don't have any money on me. No, I got
Fucking
one.
broke ass. I ain't got no
don't-
no bills on
I
me
don't
either.
carry cash. Come on.
Yeah.
I
I'm
do.
all Bitcoin.
I carry nothing but cash, baby.
I got Bitcoin, cocaine, and human teeth. And that's it. That's all
how I
my
pay for
currencies.
something.
Currency. Yeah. These are my bartering options.
All right, Andy, what do you give me for 2 incisors?
What? Why is Annie giving you
I
some?
don't know.
What are you paying her?
It's sexual in my mind. I don't know why.
All right, there you
Yeah.
go. So I have a guy. He's a friend now, I guess, but I used to work for him. And anytime I borrowed cash from this guy, because I used to do drugs and I needed to borrow money all the time. Anytime I ever borrowed cash from this guy, it was like small-faced bills. Like this motherfucker has in his property somewhere, because his family used to own like most of Irmo or the Dutch Fork area in Irmo. And so all over, he's got money just buried. And it's like he saved his lunch money from the day he started school and shit. I mean, the dude
Damn.
Yeah, the dude makes tons of money now, and still takes his lunch every day to work and shit, in a cooler. And, I guess that's how the rich get rich or stay rich is they don't spend money.
Some of them.
Some
Yeah.
of them, yeah.
Okay.
Now, when-
Self-made ones. Let's look at self-made guys.
Let's look
then.
at self-made.
Yeah.
Self-made that didn't shoot into like the 1%.
Yeah. Yeah. So guys under $1 million.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they don't spend money. A lot of people that are well off don't spend money, and that's how they have money, and that's why they're so fucking cheap on construction jobs that they want done a certain way.
Yeah.
No resentment there. Because they don't want to come off of the money that they have. Yeah, but anytime I ever borrowed money from this guy, it was like all small face bills, and I'm like, dude, what the? I'm gonna get arrested for having this money. I can't even. Can I even have this in my possession? That's not true, but
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, because the
big
image
wad
of
of
the actual
ones.
image was different. 'Cause
yeah,
they're old. It's
yeah,
old.
because now
okay.
we
I
have these
remember
big
that.
circles on our bills.
Yeah.
And before they were smaller.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So I always call them small face. 20s.
Yeah, you were saying small faced. I was thinking like a 5 or a 1.
No, just a small
Tiny
president's
guy.
head. Yeah.
I thought that was like a South Carolina term for like a low denomination bill.
Jesus.
He takes these leaps in, let's call it logic. They're just insane.
Yeah, but that's it. That's my topic. That's DB Cooper. The information that I have.
Well, I enjoyed it. Now other people have it.
Noise.
You can all have it. It's on Wikipedia.
All right. So maybe it's time to plug this stuff. Where can people find you, Morgan?
You.
Where can people find you, Morgan?
Yeah, I have a YouTube channel called Wood Electric 81, and on Wood Electric 81, that's where you guys will see my kids and myself playing guitar, acting a fool. And I have another YouTube channel called Wood Electric, 2 words, Wood Electric, and on that channel is where I do my electrical tips and tool demonstrations, things of that nature. How about you, Eric?
I'm not really doing my thing right now, so I'm not going to plug it. But I do want to, as if someone's listening to the very end of this, I want to say that if you search for Japtalion and this guy, or something very close to the spelling of that on YouTube and on Spotify, you will find us. Also, if you go to Facebook, we have a page, and on that Facebook, you can find our link to a web page that will take you directly to our podcast. And we're also on Podbean as Japtalion and this guy. So we got multiple options for you to listen to us because we know you're all dying to.
Yep, there you go.
How about you, JoJo?
All right. I have a Instagram, Joseph T. Antonio, and a YouTube, Winding Sheet. And I don't know, doesn't really need an explanation. Just go look at it.
Hey, I wanted to give a shout out today. Are we doing shout outs? Do we do that?
Yeah.
It's the Good Morning America of slang.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to Amy Struthers. She's the first one to comment on one of our YouTube videos, and she said that we made her laugh. You guys make me laugh. We're laughing. I'm
that's
laughing.
sweet.
Whatever she said. But yeah, it was really nice. And she's a subscriber on YouTube and Spotify.
Nice.
She follows us on Facebook, and I think she loves our podcast. Spread the word, Amy.
So, not to undercut Amy, but the first comment we got was to a porn site.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah,
no
on
shit.
another
What was
one
it?
of ours. I don't know, something. I clicked on it and immediately porn. And Joseph said, that's presumptuous because how does he know if we like porn? So that's what
Is
I
it?
commented back. Is that was very presumptuous of you or some shit like that.
But thanks for the link.
I'm typing this with my left hand. But seriously, no, I saw Amy's comment and it really cheered me up because that's what
Oh,
we're
cool.
doing, what we're, you know,
No shit, man. We're trying to make you guys laugh and give
Yeah.
you some information.
and ourselves.
You know,
Not the information, but the
we're
laughing.
laughing.
We're laughing. You don't know how many laughs we cut out.
But thanks, Amy.
Thanks.
Okay, I guess that wraps up the show. All right, have a good night.
A good morning.
Or whatever time it is in whatever day.
Bye-bye.